Morning, gardeners. It's about the 26th, 27th of April, and I've had a potting on session this morning. But look at this courgette. I said I would try it in the porch. Look at that. There was one developing before, and I took them off. I took the females and the male off because it just wasn't big enough to sustain it. But last year I had lovely courgettes on plants that size, so that's not bad. I've got all sorts of seedlings coming. It's obviously hokey cokey season, isn't it, with the seedlings at the moment. In, out, plant them all about. But it's coming. The blossom's coming beautifully on the trees. That bed there, that one there, I'm using to raise seedlings. It's brilliant for the brassicas and things. And then as they get a bit bigger, I'll move them on, top that up, and I'll fill it again. But the lettuce, poor lettuce, it's beautiful, but it's just starting to go bitter. So it needs to come out. I'm going to give it a couple more days because my other lettuce at the back is looking, I don't know, not really quite big enough. It's big enough to take the odd little leaf off, but the quantities of lettuce we eat, it wouldn't really be big enough. But it seems such a blooming shame, doesn't it? They look beautiful, but I can't complain because I have had so much off that lettuce plant. That planter. I've had so much. And last year, if you recall, I grew tomatoes in there. Fantastic, absolutely fantastic. But let me step back. I'm going to put a butternut squash in there because it's a lovely, warm, sheltered spot. That's really, really rich. And of course, the butternut squash flowers are like the courgette flowers, big, blousy and yellow. Now, last night at my carving club, I was given a flow mist. Now, I haven't grown a flow mist before. I've no idea what they look like. So I've made a spot over yon side of the garden, and that's where that's going. But look at the blossom. This is golden delicious, and oh, the apples off that last year were fantastic, and it was barely more than a twig. So I took most of the fruit off it as it started to develop and left, I think, about 4 or 5 on it. Honestly, they were huge, much bigger than a cricket ball. Beautiful fruit, but all the blossom is starting to come on the trees, and it's looking really quite nice. The figs starting to push out leaves. I very much doubt if we'll get any figs on it this year, but there were only little tiny twigs last year, so this year it can do some growing. That's my fig. I've got 2 of those. I thought I'd bought 2 different varieties, but I think I've been given both the same because the label on them, although they were different colours, both had the same. I'm sure they're brown turkey. So I've got lettuce coming there, but obviously they're not big enough yet. But look at this. The little seedling tomatoes I put out the other day and said, well, it's going to be really cold, they're probably going to die. Well, they haven't, and we've had some really, really cold nights. Little wee pea shoots, just for the shoots. Now, just a little bit of something different in the salad. These chard, I've had a couple of years off of these, and they've been all right, absolutely fine. That one's going to seed. But look at these. Little wee baby leaves, and again, they've been in there 2 years. Sorry, not in there 2 years. I've only had that a year. But I've had those plants 2 years because I took them from the back garden. Look, all the little baby leaves coming. So don't be too quick to dig everything out when you think it's finished. It just might not necessarily be. Look at that loquat. It's unlikely ever to fruit. In fact, I'd be staggered if it did fruit. But isn't that a dramatic plant? And that's not the biggest of the leaves. I've had some really big ones. I've taken them off to get a bit windburned because it is a little bit, can you see, a bit of a wind tunnel there. But never mind, that's okay. I didn't put a quick block on the car number plate. I don't think we're going to be stalked. And Tony's got a gun anyway, so stalkers at your peril. It's looking pretty though. I've cut all those little Geonodoxa back. The only thing with them is they're beautiful, but they spread like wildfire. Absolutely becomes a weed. So I dug a load out and gave them to my friend. But it's all starting to come. It feels like spring. Not before time, but you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go and finish off on that courgette because I'm really pleased with it. And I think we might get a courgette this time. As I say, I took the last couple off of it because I didn't want to exhaust the plant. But a couple more weeks and that'll be going outdoors. So we'll finish off with my beautiful courgette. Now they're little round ones. They're about the size of a tennis ball. They're absolutely gorgeous. Lulu, I think I've put you some of those seeds in the pack I sent. I'm sure I did. If not, remind me and I'll send you a couple because they really are lovely. Anyway, happy gardening, folks.